was an introductory class, and we have actually told about how to prepare for sociology and what is time needed to prepare for sociology and what are the resources to be consulted for sociology. Okay. Along with that one, we have given some introduction for syllabus, how we have to study. Okay. Paper 1 and paper 2, two papers are there. Okay. Many people are new. That is the reason. Something I will actually tell from previous class also, because you people are new, no? You are also new. Okay. So paper 1 and paper 2, two papers are there in sociology. Yesterday we discussed how we have to combine both paper 1 as well as paper 2, because paper 1 and paper 2 should not be prepared exclusively. Why we should not prepare exclusively if you ask? Because there is interlinkage between paper 1 and paper 2 syllabus. Okay. Already I have told yesterday that paper 1 paper 2, all optional have two papers. No, UPSC generally paper 1 they have included concepts. Okay. Okay, more or less Western concept you can take it as, or general concept they have included, and this concept will be applied in paper 2 in all the optional, almost all the optional, and same is true in sociology also. Okay, the concept will study in paper 1 and the same concept applied to Indian context will study in paper 2. So paper 2 is called as Indian sociology. Okay, so these things we have explained yesterday, and yesterday we have also explained what are the contents in paper 2 as they have given in UPSC syllabus. Okay, in the contents there are 10 chapters. Okay, all the chapters we have mentioned. You can take file or notes from the previous class students to know. Okay, chapter 1 to chapter 10, and here we have section wise. Section A, section B, and section C. Three sections we have. We do not have chapters there. Okay, but all the chapters, all the contents in the paper 1 are overlapping in paper 2, but in Indian context. Okay, only the chapters which are not there in paper 2, which are exclusively for paper 1 are in syllabus. Chapter number 1, chapter number 2, and chapter number 3 are exclusively for paper 1 only. Okay, whereas in paper 2, what is exclusive means tribes. The concept of tribes. Okay, we will be discussing Indian tribes. We will not be discussing any world tribes. Okay, so tribes which is only there for paper 2 exclusive. For paper 1 exclusive, chapter 1 talks about introduction to sociology. Chapter 2 talks about how sociology and science are related. Chapter 3 talks about how research is done in sociology. Okay, these three are exclusive for paper 1. Tribes is exclusive for paper 2. All the other contents are overlapping between paper 1 and paper 2. So we have to combine paper 1 and paper 2. And that one I have given in the file. Okay, I have structured how to combine and I have given, you please consult. And the key books, already I have told yesterday, detailedly we have discussed what are the key books, what are the reference books also we have discussed. From where the IGNOU material should be accessed to read, everything we have discussed yesterday. You just take the file and you can consult. Today we will go syllabus wise. Yesterday I think we have covered more or less 2 units now, 2 units. Today we will cover some other 8 units. Okay, you might be actually wondering what are these units. See, chapter 1 to chapter 10 is there no in paper 1, and section ABC is there no. Both of them combined, I have actually clubbed the syllabus into part wise. Okay, part 1 to part 12 I have clubbed. Yesterday I have given the list of that also. Okay, part 1 to part 12. Okay, for your convenience I will write all those parts. Combining both paper 1 and paper 2, these parts are there. But when it comes to paper 1, only 10 chapters. But when it comes to parts which I have divided, 12, because I have combined both them. Okay, I will list out that one and I will actually discuss one by one. Okay, from tomorrow we will start concept. Okay, every concept we will take, one concept, 30 minutes one concept we will take, and around 3 to 4 concepts per day we will discuss from tomorrow. Okay. What is the time needed to prepare for any optional in UPSC? Any idea? Newcomers? 2 months, who told? Slow and steady wins the race. You keep this in mind. Slow and steady wins the race. You should not get in hurry and everybody will tell 2 months sufficient. Do you think 2 months is sufficient? 3 to 4 months is sufficient. And if you take some science option like absolute science option like physics, mathematics and all, it requires more time. 8 months, 10 months it requires. Okay, but sociology is optional. Comfortably you can prepare for 3 to 4 months along with GS. I am telling you. Okay, exclusive preparation in UPSC. I have not seen exclusive people preparing only optional. Who will prepare for only optional 2 months? Okay, because text will go no GS. So combine and they will prepare. Okay, so 3 to 4 months is more than enough. And for consulting resources, apart from coaching, the class what will deliver, what the notes you will take, that is class notes. Apart from that, one study material will be given. No? Those two, then you have to combine some 3 to 4 resources or books. Yesterday I have told that from previous students you just take and note down the books. 3 to 4 resources apart from class notes and written material what we give. Okay, because too much material, no, it's good to read too much material. Who will tell not to read? Okay, it's good, but we have to see the time available to prepare. Okay, so 12 parts which I have told. The first part is Introduction to Sociology. In syllabus they have given sociology as a discipline. It is same, introduction. Introducing to sociology or introduction to sociology. This is the first part where we will introduce sociology. What is sociology? How sociology came into existence? When it came? Why it is needed? What is the comparison of sociology with other subjects like economics, psychology and all? Okay, that thing. Second one, research methods. Research methods. Not too much analytical. In sociology, the only one chapter which is not too much analytical is research methods, because we will be talking about research techniques, that's it. Okay, no much analysis here. Then we have thinkers, clubbing both paper 1 and paper 2. Then we have stratification. Okay. Then we have political sociology. Then we have the concept of religion. We also have the concept of economic sociology, the relation of work and money, economic sociology. Then, somebody is telling some answer. Marriage. Then, tribes, Indian tribes. Then social change. Then social movements. Then we have the concept of demography. That means the study of population. Very dynamic concept. Demography. See, these are the 12 parts which I have actually clubbed the paper 1 and paper 2 and prepared. We will discuss one by one all this, what is there in all the 12 parts we will discuss today. More or less important things we will discuss, because it should actually raise your curiosity to learn. Okay? Then we will wind up the class, and from tomorrow we will start concepts. Okay. One by one we will take. First one, yesterday actually some introduction I have given for both of them, introduction and research methods. But today you are newcomer, okay? Just it takes 5 minutes, I'll repeat it again, okay? So, introduction to sociology. So, when it comes to introduction to sociology, mainly we will actually study what is science, whether science is, whether sociology is included in science, what is social science, okay? Those things we'll discuss initially. What is science according to you? What? Yes, anything which is studied in, any knowledge or information which is studied systematically or in any logical format, that will be called as science, okay? Within science we have two kinds of science, okay? One is physical science and another is social science. Physical science example. Physical science is nothing but which can be touched. Physics is the best example, okay? Then social science, history is best example. We have psychology, we have sociology, which cannot be touched. Okay. In detail, I will explain in class. Just an introduction I will give here. Okay. Then a major concept apart from that one which we will study is emergence of sociology. When did sociology emerge? Emergence of sociology. Okay. During 19th century it emerged. Okay. Why it emerged during 19th century? Why not in 15th century? Why not in 14th, 13th century? We will discuss in detail. Okay. And what is the relevance of sociology today? Who are those sociologists who were important for the emergence of sociology? First of all, why it emerged? What were the social conditions for the emergence of sociology? Whether it emerged in India or whether it emerged in Western countries, we will discuss in detail. Okay. Then, apart from emergence, the next concept what we will discuss is scope of sociology. See, scope is nothing but some kind of importance. What is the importance of studying this subject? Okay. Likewise, we will study from history. That means when sociology emerged, what was the scope? 19th to 20th century, what was the scope of sociology? Okay, in the middle phase, 21st century, today, okay, what are the changes which is taking place in the scope of sociology? Different schools of thoughts are there. Formalistic school, synthetic school of thought, okay, all this we will discuss. And who are the sociologists who actually subscribe to those schools of thoughts? Then we will discuss about the comparison of sociology with other social sciences. Comparing sociology with other social sciences, because some kind of standard measurements required not to compare. So sociology will be compared with economics, anthropology, psychology, history and political science. These 5 subjects we will compare sociology. And in examination, the question have appeared from all these 3. Okay, you just go and take book. 2 books are there. Yesterday I had told. Question bank. The first thing what you have to do is you have to take syllabus. The next thing what you have to do is you have to take question bank. Okay, 2 question banks you can take. One is completely only question, which is arranged according to this, more or less according to these slots what I have told. And another question bank is question and answer, whichever you can take. One which is available question wise is Vishal publication is there, question wise. Okay, small booklet, no answers, only question wise. They have actually segregated segment wise. If you want question and answer, Chronicle publication book is there in the market. Okay, anyone you can buy, or you can buy 2 also. It's your choice. And the next is comparison of sociology with common sense. That means sociology and common sense will study. Relation between sociology and common sense. What is the relation between these 2? Do you think sociology is common sense? No. Because common sense goes by immediate response and sociology goes by evidence-based response. Are you getting? Getting or not? See, one example, yesterday I have given some 2-3 examples, but today I will give a different example. What will happen more often is, see, these police people will be going beats, no? Beats, they will be going all the roads and all, evening and all. If they see some thief, okay, some mobile thief, let us take an example, it has become very popular, no, mobile thief. They will catch hold of him and they will actually take to the police station and beat like anything. It's usual, no, it's usual. Because they think that this guy will not listen. Okay? One time he has committed crime, another time he will commit crime. Whether it is small or big, he will commit crime, like that. Okay, they will think. So, the police attitude will be like this. A police constables, okay, because they are not too much learned persons. They have learned persons, but not too much. If you go to sociologist, he is definitely too much learned person in that subject, sociology. If you go to sociologist, he will not tell to beat them. He will tell them to put to some rehabilitation center. There will be rehabilitations you have heard, I think. Rehabilitation centers. Why means the social background of that person who is committing who is committing that crime will matter much. Okay, because you might have actually seen these persons who do this mobile theft and all. No, they will not be having education background. Okay, many of the times parents will not be there. Okay, lonely parent. Many of the times both parents will not be there, okay, right from his childhood. So who will tell him right and wrong? Don't know, okay. The only thing what he needs is hungry. He needs food. For that one, what can be, okay, according to him, what can be done? According to him. But we have to see what is the social conditioning so that that person is doing that kind of crime. So sociologists will tell that you better educate him by putting in rehabilitation center, better educate him so that he will not do that crime. But police wallas, they will go and beat. Okay, so difference between common sense. The police constable is using common sense, but sociologist will use the background of that person, why that person is doing that crime. Okay, see, big problems. This is very much important. For example, Naxalism, terrorism. All this can be tackled through only sociological thoughts, not by common sense. Okay, if you go by common sense, all the wrong things we will do. Okay, and many people will tell, no, first something they will tell. First impression is always best impression. Do you think so? First impression is more often will be mistaken. Are you not getting? Okay, this is reality. But generally, what they tell, first impression is always best. No. Okay, these are the 4 contents which we will discuss. And the next, which is that sociology or research method. Second chapter, second part, research methods. Love at first sight, something they will tell now. Whether it will be true. Okay, so this is an example. We have to apply sociology. Love at first sight, more often it will be wrong only. Okay. So in research methods, we will discuss contents like is sociology a science? Is sociology a science? Is a discussion. We will actually discuss both favor and against arguments. Okay. We will discuss about scientific methods which can be applied in sociology. Scientific methods which can be applied in sociology. See, when it comes to scientific methods, what is scientific methods? Any sociological phenomena, the data what we will get from sociological phenomena should be classified, should be grouped in systematic order. Then only we can do some experimentation. Okay, scientific methods involves all these things: classifying, grouping, okay, and seeing whether it is value free, objective, verifiability, reliability. What is reliability? What is the reliability? If you do 5 tests on the same person, he has to yield the same result. So we can call it as that person is reliable. Okay? If that person is actually scoring very good marks in civil service exam, one time he is scoring very good marks, second time he is scoring very completely opposite, whether it is possible, that is not reliable. Okay? So more or less the same marks he should be scoring. Okay? 50, 100 marks difference might be there in mains, we cannot actually predict that much. But more or less some same results output should be there. That is called as reliability. But what is validity? Validity. I will tell you what is validity. Validity means whatever experimentation we have done, that should be actually true. I will take one example. Detergents are there, no? The soap detergents, cloth detergents. If you go and tell which is the trending detergent, I don't know. Girls will be, boys will also be knowing. What is that name? Surf Excel, something. Surf Excel, Airtel or Aircel. What is that? Aircel. Yeah. So that kind of detergent, any detergent. If you go and ask in households, if you tell which detergent do you think which is which detergent you favor, like that, if you go and ask the women in the street, in the households, or men's also will wash. Okay, if you go and ask, they will tell surf. Somebody will tell some many things are wheel will come from wheel. Okay, but the sociologist will take all the data. Okay, the company might have told you just go and inquire which is the trending detergent so that we have to compete for that one. So he will go and he will collect data. And he will see the data that Surf Excel is actually coming number 1 according to him, not according to me. Okay, so he will tell this, so Surf Excel is coming, you have to compete for this brand, something like that he might tell. But after verification, they will find that many people have actually lied. Okay, they will not use Surf Excel, they might be actually using some wheel and all. But they will tell wrong. We cannot actually tell, we cannot actually 100% predict that person is telling true or false. So that is not verifiable. Okay, that is not verified, that is not valid. That response is okay, but it is not valid. Are you not getting what is validity? Okay, so in sociology we will talk about objectivity, reliability and validity. Okay. So scientific methods involve all those things. The next is research design. Why we will do research design? Any idea why we will do research design? See, anything to do any experimentation, first we have to prepare a blueprint now. So we have to do research design. Already I have told this chapter is like not too much analytical. Okay, just research designs, research methods we'll be talking. Research is a blueprint of what to be. That means what experiment to be done. Okay, that is the thing. The next is the problem of objectivity. The problem of objectivity. See, why will the problem of objectivity will come? Any idea? Yesterday I have told this one. Why will the problem of objectivity will come? Objectivity means what? Not being biased towards anything. That is what is known as objectivity. Why will the problem of objectivity will come? Any idea? Everyone will be biased. Huh? Okay. See, while doing sociological experimentation, let us say some sociologist is conducting sociological experimentation on study of caste. Okay. He should not support his own caste in that. Are you not ready? But is it possible that 100% objectivity can be maintained? So the sociologist will not include his own bias there. Whether it is possible? It is not 100% possible. Only through training and effort we can actually bring down. Okay, we have to bring down that bias to almost zero. But 100% zero is not possible. Okay, that is what is known as problem of objectivity. In sociology it happens. You see, sociologists will go and conduct the sociological experiments in tribes and all. Okay, they will go to Amazon forest. They want to study. Okay, the tribal communities, what are their cultures and all. Their objectivity can be maintained some more or less because they are not studying anything else. No, they are just studying their culture. But when it comes to caste reservation, so objectivity matters. Okay, however the person might be actually knowledgeable person, sir, his upbringing will influence. His own caste will influence. His own actually social background, how he has actually brought socialization, what has happened, whether he is poor or rich, that matters, no? You see, more or less the poor people support to some kind of party, rich people support to some kind of party, okay? Okay, 100% is not possible, but the sociologist should actually do some kind of training and effort so that it has to be almost zero. Okay. That we'll study in detail in class. The next is qualitative and quantitative techniques. Please write down. Now you might find that these are just points, but while you study it will be very useful. Quantitative as well as qualitative techniques. Two types of techniques are there in sociology. Okay. See, when it comes to quantitative techniques, we can take examples of questionnaire. Questionnaire is one technique. Okay. We can take examples of survey, which will be conducted. Sociological experiment, all these are. Survey. Research methods, all these are. Okay, questionnaire. Why? How the questionnaire will be conducted? People will go. Okay, they will come to a house. Every house they will come. They will give one sheet. What kind of opinion is there? Reverse opinion on this government policy. What kind of opinion is there on family planning? Okay, so that kind of response you have to give. No? Every house they will tell yes, no. That kind of response. That is quantitative because you are collecting hard copy there. Okay, that is quantity. You are collecting some data. So that is quantitative techniques in sociology. Example, questionnaire, survey, okay. And qualitative techniques. Qualitative techniques is best example is observation. Observation is one technique, research method in sociology. That is, in observation what we will do, we are not going to collect any data. We are directly observing the person. Okay. In police department they will do no. In big crimes and all, terrorism and all, one room there will be some police wala will be questioning, in from other room some experts will be seeing their responses. Observation. And in psychological counseling and all, okay, big issues and all, they will actually observe that person. Based on the observation, they will actually decide. Interview also a qualitative techniques. There we are going to directly observe the person. UPSC interview best example. Okay, they are going to see your facial expressions and all, whether you are tense or what. Okay, they will actually deliberately make you some situation like tense, and they will see what is your response. Okay, they are all qualitative techniques. Okay, many techniques are there. In class we will discuss in detail. Next, questionnaire and schedule. Next topic within this, questionnaire and schedule. See, questionnaire and schedule, the same thing what I have told. They will just go to everybody's house and the researcher, they will give data. That means one sheet they will give. whatever experiment they are conducting, based on that one you have to give the responses. Okay, but response is of two types. One is oral response and one is written response. If it is written response, it is questionnaire, and if it is oral response, it is schedule. Okay, the topic is questionnaire and schedule. You got the difference? Okay. The next is interview. No need to tell too much about this one. You people know this. And in class we'll discuss in detail. Interview. How the interview is conducted, what are the steps should be involved in interview, whether it is structured interview or whether it is unstructured interview. You know the difference between structured and unstructured interview? In interview, two types are there majorly. So structured interviews, already the person who is doing interview, he will prepare the questions and come. What to be asked for this person. But in unstructured interview, no such questions will be there. Based on your response, next question will come. Just as this UPSC interview, okay? Based on your first response, second question might arise. Okay, that is unstructured. Okay, so interview, what is the process of conducting interview and all will study in the class. The next is case study method. Case study methods. So what is case study method? Any idea you people are having? See, case study method means, some certain kind of group people know it is very difficult to actually find. For example, drug addict, delinquent gangs. Delinquent gangs means, the people who do wrongs. Delinquent gangs. You cannot actually find, you just go to the delinquent. How do you know, first of all, they are delinquent gang? Okay, they will not be actually telling in public. These drug addict people, they will not actually show off like that. Okay, only their friends will be knowing, that's it. Their close friends, close friends, somebody will be knowing. So it is very difficult to access such groups. So the study of such a kind of groups, case study methods are used. Okay, just have this kind of idea. The next is observation. Already you know now what is observation, no need to go in detail. Observation is one technique which we will study in the class. The next is social survey. Okay, no need to tell much, but in class we will go in detail. The next is scales. Certain kind of scales are used. See, in physical sciences we will use scales. In physics we will use scales, centimeter, meter, scales and all. Okay, but what about in social sciences? Do we have any scale, measuring scale? So you tell me how feeling is. Feeling is a sociological concept. How feeling is actually measured? Can you measure feeling? Pain. Everybody has different kind of pain. If you go and slap a person, he might actually feel nothing. If you go and slap to the same aged person, he might actually cry also. Okay, so the pain we cannot actually tell which person feels how. The feeling is a subjective. So how we will actually devise a scale for sociology? Okay, so sociologists are trying to devise a scale for that also. Okay, one such thing is sociometry is there. Sociometry is nothing but measurement of sociological behaviors. Sociometry, one such progress is going on in that direction. Okay, likewise we have one technique that is known as attitudinal scale. Attitudinal scales. See, the meaning of attitudinal scales is measuring the attitude of a person towards a phenomena or towards other groups. Okay, it's a group phenomena. Attitude. Okay, you just go. I will written. Okay, you just see attitudinal scale. To explain this one, you take two groups. Okay, near your house you take two groups. One Ganapati festival. Okay, some guys will be actually conducting that Ganapati festival. So that year, what has happened is for one road there will be some 3-4 Ganapati spend okay, Ganapati festival they have arranged 3-4. So one sociologist will go and ask one house, what is your opinion that this kind of only at least one is okay, but 3-4 Ganapati this do you think that these peoples are actually having they are actually why they are doing response that you will see towards Ganapati pendals. Okay, how many Ganapati pendals? The response of one person. Okay, the response of other person. Attitudinal scales. Okay, what is your attitude towards that festival? Whether you are actually liking that too much of Ganapati pendals or not. Or you can also take an example of comparison between families. You go to this family, one family will be a doctor family, one family will be IAS officer's family. Okay, you see 2-3 people will be IAS officer in one family only. You just go to doctor's family and ask, what do you think, what do you feel about that family, whether that family, do you think that all the decisions what they take is good? You should see their response. That is attitude, the attitude of a person towards other group. Measuring scale, attitudinal scale. Okay, you have this much in mind. But in class we will discuss in detail. Okay, we have other scales also. Bogardas scale is one there. Okay, I will discuss. No need to worry now. Bogardas scale, Likert scale. Okay, all those we will discuss in class. Next is experimentation. This is also one technique. Experimentation. Do you think that in sociology we can do experimentation? In physics we can do experimentation. In biology we can do experimentation. But can we do experimentation in sociology? Not like physics. See, in physics what will happen is we will take one in one room we will do experimentation. Okay, you take a rocket, something rocket equation and all. Okay, something small experimentation they can do in rooms and all. But what about conductor, resistance? Are there no physics? But what about in this one? In chemistry also we can do experimentation. Laboratory experimentation can be done. But sociology, can you actually first of all can you set up laboratory kind of condition in sociology? You can't do. Okay, why divorce rate is becoming very high in India? Whether can we actually set up in laboratory 100 people come here, 50 girls, 50 husband, wife come here? You can't do that one. Okay, so it is very difficult to conduct experimentation in sociology. But then also some kind of effort are there from sociologists to conduct certain kind of experimentation in study class. Okay. The next, longitudinal study. Longitudinal research. Longitudinal research. See, longitudinal means the meaning, the word only will tell. Longitudinal research means study for extended period of time. That is what is known as longitudinal research. You may ask, sir, where we will actually apply this kind of longitudinal research? Where we will apply? For example, to give reservation or not for certain community or certain section of the people, we should do longitudinal study. See, whatever comes to the mind, we cannot tell. We cannot tell, come on, remove reservation, or we cannot tell, come on, increase the reservation. We cannot tell it. There are actually officers for that one. They will actually sit and study what is the actually background of these people. Okay, year-wise they will study, decade-wise they will study. Okay, in this kind of or 2 or 3 decades, what is the condition of improvement? Okay, that is what is the longitudinal study, extended period of study. Okay, so other example what I will give is in tribal communities also they will study more or less. They will also do this longitudinal study. They will study in the tribal extended period of time. Okay, many other examples are there where sociologists they have gone and settled in tribal communities only to study. It's not 1 or 2 days study. Okay, we have to. You cannot go and ask questions also for tribal people. Can you go to Amazon forest and the tribes? Can you ask? Come on, you tell me what kind of marriage is going on. Hey, they can't tell us. So you cannot take one response also. You have to stay there. Okay, for years you have to stay. You have to see their cultural pattern. You have to see what kind of marriage is going on. Why, how the property is going to be shared after marriage. Okay, where matrimony local or patri local residence. Staying in boys' houses, patri local. Staying in girls' houses, matri local residence after marriage. Okay, we have to see all. The sociologists should see all those things. So extended period of study, longitudinal research. The next is comparative methods. This is nothing but comparison. Comparison between groups. We'll study the class in detail. Observation. Already I have told about this one. Observation. Sampling. Yesterday have I told about sampling? Have I told? Sampling, have I told no? Yesterday? Sampling. What is sampling? Through your memory, can you tell? Not by showing the book, just through your memory, sampling. Because my explanation, no, it will not be like a textbook kind of explanation. My explanation will be somewhat realistic explanation. So it sticks in the mind. So I'm asking for it, okay? Sampling. See, sampling means, in sociology, no, you cannot actually take each and every person and you cannot actually do experimentation. It is not possible also, okay? The best example already I have got co-education. Let us take co-education. Do you think co-education, see, when we were studying, only for primary and middle school, like that they were calling. Only primary and middle school we were having quite, okay? After high school, they expelled all the boys, they expelled and they sent to other schools. Co-education was not there. But I was confused, why they expelled? But afterwards I got an answer. But the thing is, opinion matters. So, in this sample, you have to take a group of people and ask them instead of taking all the groups. Okay, you cannot go to 100 schools and you cannot ask the principal there whether co-education is useful or not. You cannot ask 100 schools. You should go the best 5 schools and ask those principal whether the co-education is benefit or not. Okay, based on the response of that 5 schools principal, you can apply the logic to all 100 schools. Okay, so that is a sample. No, 5 is a sample. 5 school is a sample. So this is a sampling technique. In sociology, they will do. Okay, for example, in sociology, you give some example from your own thoughts. Any example? One example I give, school example. Sampling, any other example? It might be wrong also, but I am actually attempting so that you people has to run your brain. Any example? Sampling. GST. We'll take GST one example. Okay, we cannot actually go and ask all the business wallahs whether GST is actually what kind of feeling you have about GST. More or less they are giving negative feeling only. Don't know why. Okay, so that matters. You cannot go and ask everybody. You have to take sample of the people which you feel that is right, and based on that sample you can apply the logic to everybody. GST is one example how they have applied. They have seen that the business wallahs, some business wallahs, they are not paying taxes properly. The government might have seen. That is the reason they brought GST, so that everybody pays taxes. I have seen personally, before 10 years, I have seen many of the business wallahs, they were not paying taxes only. Okay, I have heard the stories and all. They were not paying taxes. Many people actually heard. So after that, after some 5 years hearing that one, GST came, because government wallahs will not be quiet. They will be doing all this kind of experimentation. That is the reason they brought GST, so that each and everybody pays taxes. What's wrong in that? I don't feel any wrong. Do you feel? Yes, sir? Okay. Sampling. So in samples, we have a different kind of samples. It is a very big concept in this chapter, sampling. So we have 2 main types. Probabilistic sampling, I'll write here. Probabilistic sampling, probabilistic sampling, and second is non-probabilistic sampling. Okay, these 2 techniques are there, and you may ask, sir, what is the difference between these 2? The difference is, in probabilistic sampling, each and every unit, there is more likely that each and every unit is included in the study. I told no samples, sir. There is more probability that all the samples will be included in the study. That is known as probabilistic. The probability of taking samples is 100% because everybody will get chance. But in non-probability, it's a complete opposite. Okay, all the units will not be having equal chance of picking. That is what is known as non-probabilistic sampling. In detail, we will study in the class. Okay, and within the probabilistic sampling, we have some sampling. You can write a simple random sample. Please write a simple random sample, or you can just write random sampling. Simple random or just random sampling. Systematic sampling, second point. Third point, cluster, very important, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, etc. Multi-stage sampling, etc. Non-probabilistic sampling, you can take examples or types as quota sampling, Q, quota sampling, snowball sampling, snowball, S-N-O-W, snowball sampling, volunteer sampling, Okay, written. Okay, that's about sampling, more or less. See, many other samplings we'll discuss, but in class we'll discuss all those things. Majorly I have told, just for your interest. Okay, the next is, that's it. Values, reliability. I don't know, validity, value free. Okay, all those things we'll discuss. We'll go to the next thing, that is tribes, Indian tribes. Third unit. So tribes. See, in tribes, what we will do is, see, tribal community is very important. Okay, so in tribes, what we will do is, first we will actually see the spatial distribution of tribes. You might ask, sir, what is the spatial distribution? Spatial distribution, they have divided the tribal community into the tribes belonging to southern India, southern tribes, the tribes belonging to northeastern, the tribes belonging to northwestern, the tribes belonging to middle India, the tribes belonging to eastern parts. Okay, like that they have divided. Some 6 divisions they have done. Spatial distribution of tribes. First, right now. Spatial distribution. Geographically, they have divided the tribal community. Okay, in detail in the class. Okay, and they have classified. Okay, this is the first content. The second content is classification of tribes based on certain criteria. Classification of tribes based on certain criteria, like based on language, okay, and based on race, based on economy, based on cultural integration. Based on cultural integration, they have divided the tribal communities. What language they will speak, whether they will speak Dravidian language or they will speak Indo-Aryan language. Okay, like that they have divided. Then cultural integration is very important, because we have a concept known as acculturation. Do you know what is acculturation? How tribal communities are going to adjust with the mainstream societies. That is what is known as acculturation. You got or not? Acculturation means how the culture of tribal community is different and the culture of mainstream society is different. How the tribal community culture, how they are going to actually adjust with the mainstream culture is known as acculturation. And certain community, tribal community is having high level of acculturation. Okay, all those things we will discuss. Okay, then we will study about tribal administration. Okay, tribal administration. See, why tribal? See, the first person who were actually did this kind of tribal administration is British people. Okay, British people actually first formulated the concept of administrating tribes. Okay, then we will see in which schedule this tribal administration is there in the constitution. Any idea? Huh? 5th and 6th schedule. Okay, we'll study about that also. The next we'll study the problems of tribal community. What are the problems of tribal community? Problems. The first and the major problem of tribal community is land alienation. Okay, land grabbing by other groups, that is a big headache for them. Okay, even government will actually grab land for developmental purpose. Okay, so many protests will going on. So land alienation is a big problem. And second, the other problems are drinking problem is a big problem in tribal communities, because drinking is it's a practice in tribal community, drinking. Okay, so but they were preparing their own homemade drinks before this British came. No, the tribal people, no, it was not harmful for the health. They were preparing their own this liquor. So it was not, because they used to prepare from natural ingredients and it was not harmful for their health. But this British people came, no, this British people, they actually prepared distilled liquor. Distilled liquor is harmful for the health. Why they prepared this? They want profit. No? These British people, no, they want profit from each and everybody. So In the name of profit, they actually banned that homemade liquor and they introduced distilled liquor, which is harmful for health. The only thing what was motive is money. They want to extract money from poor people. Okay, what has happened? Their health issues have come for poor people, and they have actually slipped into too much poverty because they have to pay. This addiction will happen, no? Addiction because of this distilled liquors and all. So money gone, poor, they became poor, even health conditions deteriorated. Okay, we'll study about that also. Drinking. Write down. I'm not writing here. Please write down what I am telling you. Okay, that's it. More or less, those things we'll discuss. And tri-fed scheme is that. Do you know about tri-fed scheme? Tribal area development schemes, tri-fed scheme, and all we'll discuss. Okay, the next unit is thinkers. So when it comes to thinkers, who are the thinkers who are there? Emile Durkheim is one thinker. Very interesting topics these are. Emile Durkheim. Emile Durkheim, one thinker. Okay, Western thinker. Okay, second one, Karl Marx, very famous person. Then we have Max Weber. Okay, then we have Martin, Robert Martin. Okay, then we have Mead. Then we have Talcott Parson. Then we have Indian thinkers like Umesh. Then we have A.R. Desai. Then we have Gure sir. Okay. Then we have Yogendra Singh. Okay. These are Indian thinkers what we will discuss. Written. So when it comes to Emile Durkheim, these are the thinkers what we will discuss. This is in paper 2. Okay. So when it comes to Emile Durkheim, the concept which we will discuss in Emile Durkheim is very important concept. Okay. From tomorrow I will do this concepts. Okay. So social fact. What is social fact? Very important. Examination many times they have asked social fact. So we'll discuss about division of labor. Division of labor. Okay. And we'll discuss about suicide. Okay. Majorly we'll discuss all these things. Even about religion he has talked, but in other chapters we'll discuss about religion. Even Emile Durkheim has talked about religion also. What is profane? What is sacred? Do you know the idea? Sacred and profane. Have you heard the idea? Sacred and profane. If you have not heard, no problem. But have you heard? Okay, we'll discuss in detail in class those. Okay. So social fact, division of labor, suicide is the main concept of what he has discussed. So when it comes to social fact is nothing but it's a kind of thing. Okay, we'll discuss in detail. Division of labor. What kind of division of labor is nothing but how work is extracted in primitive societies and modern societies. We will compare. Primitive societies means we'll take example of village. Village is having some kind of primitive society. Cities are having some kind of modern society. How work is extracted here? How work is extracted there? Okay, in detail we'll study. And if some kind of wrongdoing is happening, what kind of punishment is there in primitive society? What kind of punishment is there in modern societies? We will discuss. Yesterday I have told this. Okay, in primitive societies, very brutal kind of punishment will be there. But in modern society, it is not that brutal because law and order is there. No police people are there. Okay, we have to actually pay bail, something like that. Bail and all the So here compensation we have to give to do any kind of wrong thing. If you do any kind of wrong things, law and order is there. Compensation, okay, fine compensation will be done here. But in village, they will pick and beat. In village, it is not people because morality is high there. Moral values, morality is high. Okay, here morality is bit less. That is the reason here police people will take charge very soon. There also they will take, but before taking police action, people will only beat them. Okay, that things are there, no? Okay. Not always, but sometimes. But nowadays it is getting lessened too much. Okay, nowadays they are actually shifting to these modern societies only. Nowadays they cannot pick and beat. Otherwise, police will take action on the persons who has beaten. Okay. The next is Karl Marx. Karl Marx will study about alienation, the concept of alienation. They will tell you today's youth are alienated from the system. Do you think that today's youth are alienated from the system? Alienated means not having interest. A feeling of estrangement, they will talk it as. No, and that means this is something like withdrawing themselves from the system. Do you think that today's youth are alienated from the system? They will tell no. Why they are alienated? Why they are alienated? Okay, in detail we study. They are not alienated, but generally it happens. But solution is also there for that. We will discuss in detail. Alienation. Second, historical materialism. Very important. Question will come. Historical materialism. Many times the question has appeared. It is nothing but historical interpretation of history is known as historical materialism. In detail we study. What is the mode of production? What is the process of production? What are the factors of production? Okay, those things are not studied. But just listen, what is this concept? So that by class you will get to know. Mode of production, factors of production, okay, means of production. These just keep in mind. While discussing in the class, you will get clarity. Okay. So when it comes to Marx paper, we will discuss about, please write down the concept of bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. The concept of bureaucracy. See, bureaucracy is nothing but rule by law. Rule by law is known as bureaucracy. Law and order will be there, no? Rule by law, bureaucracy. The next, ideal types. See, bureaucracy is an example of ideal types. Okay, ideal types, second point. Second content, what we will discuss. The next is Protestant ethics and spirit of capitalism. This is important. Protestant ethics and spirit of capitalism. What is this one? Protestant ethics and spirit of. See, very important. I have to tell you actually some points here. See, Protestant ethics means, in Germany what happened means, you just see more successful capitalistic persons are there, no, in Germany. They are Protestants. Do you know why? Do you know they have many groups, no, within Christian, Protestant is there. Do you know? Roman Catholic, Protestants. They'll tell, no. Okay. So like that, Protestant groups, no, they have one ethics within their culture only. They have within their religion only. They have actually one ethics. That ethics tells about the material gains. Okay, that ethics tells about material gains. So that what they did is they started to work hard. These Protestant people, and today in Germany, many successful businessmen are Protestants only. I'll explain this one. See, people will behave what their religion will tell. Okay, what their culture and what their religion will uphold, people will run behind that one. Okay, even the criminals, no, why will they do crime? Just because of material gain. Criminals, no, they will also be having, initially they will be having good motive only. They want to actually come up in life. They want material success, that means money and all they want. But they will be working hard, but they will not find any, might be they have not found any way to come up in life. That is the reason they will take up crime. To come up in life. Not in this way, they will take this way. Because this way, doors may be closed. That is the reason they might take that way. Okay, so what is valued in that society and what is valued in that religion and culture matters more. Okay, so in this religion, Protestant, material success was valued high. Okay, that is the reason these people worked like anything, because their culture is telling, their religion is telling like that. People will see up, they will see in a high esteem if you achieve success in material success. But in India, material success, it matters more today, it matters more. But generally speaking, in India, you see, let us go for many years back. Brahmins were actually, people used to look up for them. Okay, the Brahmins were having high kind of status in villages. Do you know why? Because of money they were having, not because of money, because of knowledge. Okay, so in India is a different kind, but in Protestant they used to see money as big thing. That is the reason those people, the people from Protestant, they worked hard because their culture was telling like that. So they want to achieve that success. So they worked hard, became very successful. Okay, majority of the successful capitalists in Germany are Protestants. Okay, but in India and Burma, country like Burma, so capitalism is not too much promoted. Okay, here a different kind of religion. Here otherworldly religion matters here more. So that is one criteria where India is actually still lagging. India, a country like Burma and all, still lagging because they do not actually support too much for capitalism. They support but not too much. In India, otherworldly means life after death concept. We will talk no karma, swarga, narka, like that we will talk no in India. So that concept works here, not material success too much. But in Germany and all Protestant ethics and all, material success matters. That is the reason they came up very soon. Developed countries happened. But in India, to development should happen means you should work hard towards money, towards material things. But it's very good that in India we are having otherworldly religions, very good. But the thing is, material also matters now. So some important should be there for material also. Okay. So these things. The next point, authority. The concept of authority he talks. Please write down authority. What is authority in India? Legal power. Generally speaking, legal power is known as authority. Police people are having authority, the traffic wala. He will be having authority, no? He will be having authority. If he gives a signal only, people will move in traffic for traffic police. Do you think that he is my friend? That is the reason I am moving? No, because of his duty. Okay, because of his police position, we are actually following his order. Not because of his personal choices, no. Not because personally we like or dislike, we are not following them. Personal liking and disliking does not matter then. Okay, so it is authority, legal power. In discussable detail, many types of authority is there. Rational authority is there. We have traditional authority. We have charismatic authority. In detail, we will discuss in class. The next, mead. Mead. What is that? Mead here. So the concept of self and I, SCLF, self and I, we will discuss in detail. The concept of self and not self and I, self and identity. Self and identity, that is I and me, I and me. Okay, self and identity, comma, I and me, these things will be discussed. Next, Talcott Parson, this thinker, sixth thinker. In sixth thinker, majorly we will discuss about, in exam question I have asked, patterned variables, right? Patterned variables. Social system theory, patterned variables, social system theory. Okay, I'll tell you what is this. In class we'll go in detail, but here I will just give an introduction. See, patterned variables means, how a person works not depends only on money. Not only for salary people will work. Do you think that only for salary people will work? No. Come on, I will give 10,000 for you for one day. You do this kind of work. They will not do. Okay. They will work based on his own liking, okay, his own upbringing and his own value system. If that value system actually permits him to do that work, he will do. Okay, based on value system, he will work. Okay, so that more or less comes under patterned variable. How he has patterned it, how the work is patterned in the society. Okay, whether he will go by moral things, whether he will go by material things. Okay, it matters. Okay, in complete we will study patterned variables, social system theory, functional prerequisite. Okay, agile model or jail model, GAIL, jail model, all these things we'll study in the class. Just have understanding that we will study these things. Okay. Questions they have, it has come in the examination. Many a times it will come. A favorite question for the UPSC, this Talcott Parson pattern variable. Famous question. Functional prerequisite they will ask. They have asked. You just see the question mind. Functional prerequisite. Okay, all these things we will study in detail in the class. So the next thinker is M.S. Srinivas. We will study about structural functionalism. M.S. Srinivas. Write down structural functionalism. When it comes to A.R. Desai, written M.S. Srinivas, structural functionalism. When it comes to AR Desai, we study about social background of Indian nationalism. Social background of Indian nationalism. Then when it comes to Gure, we will study about Indological study. See, Indology is nothing but the study of textbook. Okay, study of sacred textbook. Okay, so study of Sanskrit books and all. They are known as Indological study. Okay, so when it comes to Gure, we study in detail the Indological perspective of Gure, Indology of Gure. Then at last in this unit, Yogendra Singh's modernization of Indian tradition. How Indian tradition has modernized over time. The meaning of that. Modernization of Indian tradition by Yogendra Singh. Completed? So this unit's completes here. The next is fifth one, stratification. Around 1/6 of the syllabus is there in this stratification. Okay? Around 1/6 of the syllabus, complete sociology syllabus is there in this stratification. A bigger slot. See, stratification is nothing but what do you mean by stratification? General meaning. Levels. Very good. Strata, we will call it as. Okay, strata. Okay, strata. That is the meaning of strata. Strata means layers. Okay, arranging people's layer by layer is known as stratification. In society, not in some building, in society. In society, arranging the people, very poor, marginally poor, okay, lower middle class, upper middle class, rich class, okay. Arranging the people ladder wise, in a strata wise, is known as stratification, okay. It is structured and patterned inequality. It is a structured and patterned inequality. Why poor people are poor today? Not because they are not hardworking, because of some kind of structural inequality, not in their control. Okay, that is the reason reservations are there. That is the reason government is actually giving some kind of benefits to weaker section. Are you getting? Okay, structured and patterned inequality is known as stratification. And within this stratification, we will study the concepts like the concept of Varna and Jati. Varna and Jati. What is Varna? You don't know what is Varna? Varna, they have four layers that are there in Varna. Brahmins come at the top, then Kshatriyas come, then Vaishyas come, then Shudras come, like that. That is the Varna system. Okay, we study about the Varna system. We will also study about the meaning of Varna is color. The real meaning of Varna is color. Okay, skin color matters, no? See, this is very important. What happened is in the earlier India, okay, before we got independence, what used to happen is the travelers from Europe, they entered some parts of Rajasthan, something like that, Gujarat, Rajasthan, that side. They came inside. They were actually fair skin. Okay, see, skin color is not because of anything else. It is because of what? Geographical location. Why Kashmir? You just take Jammu and Kashmir. You just see the girls and boys, the men and ladies there. They will be actually white. Okay, they will be actually fair color, white color. Okay, you just go to complete downside. Okay, dark color. Okay, just because the sunrise, how the sunrise falls on the planet, that matters in skin color. But those people are not knowing that one. Okay, they came inside. They were very much fair in color. That means white in color. They thought that we are superior. Okay, Aryans. They thought that we are superior. And here, the native inhabitants, okay, in Rajasthan, Gujarat state, they were a little bit dull in color. Okay, they thought that these people are dull in color. That is the reason they are inferior. Okay, from there this kind of caste system and all emerged because of skin color. The meaning of Varna is color, mainly skin color. Okay, today also in abroad, no, caste system is not there in abroad. In abroad means in Western countries, caste system is not there. The class system is there. CLAS, class. Caste is there in India. Class is there in Western countries. Okay, there no, the way a person speaks English matters more there. Okay, yes, the accent of English, no, they will actually decide what kind of class this person belongs, how they speak. Okay, and skin color matters. Number one priority for them, skin color. Dark people, they find it they're inferior. If he is having fair color, they will think that he is superior. Okay, it's a common sense or sociology? Sociology, yeah, common sense. Okay. Please write. Jati is nothing but collection of endogamous families inhabiting a region. Jati is nothing but collection of endogamous families inhabiting a region. Jati is nothing but collection of endogamous families inhabiting a region. Or example, Vokkaligas, Kurubas can be found only in Karnataka. Generally, can be only found in Karnataka. Generally, they can be called as Jati, inhabiting a particular region. Next, perspectives on caste. Perspective is nothing but the meaning of perspective is the viewpoint. Okay, viewpoint. Perspectives on caste. Perspectives on caste. Different perspective we have. Okay, we will not go in detail, just will mention. Ideological perspective, first one. Second one, Guna theory is there. Occupational theory is there. Racial theory is there. Ideological perspective, Guna theory, G-U-N-A, Guna. Occupational theory, racial theory, etc. Ideological perspective is nothing but based on sacred text or scriptures, which is based on sacred text or scriptures. That is known as ideological perspective. Ideological viewpoint it is. Okay, the second perspective is Guna theory. I'll tell this one, Guna theory. What is the Guna theory? See, they tell no. Based on the Guna, the person's caste will be decided. They will tell no generally. Okay, if he is having a very good Guna, he belongs to high caste. One theory is just one theory. Okay, he belongs to high caste. He is not having good Guna. Guna means quality. Guna means quality. If he is not having high quality, he is not belonging to high caste. If he is having low quality, he is belonging to low caste. They tell like that, no low. And generally, common sense perspective, they will tell low caste people is having low qualities. High caste people are having high qualities. Generally, they will tell no people, avan guna hagide. Okay, they will tell no his guna is like that. In Kannada, I told his guna is like that. They will tell no in English. Okay, so it is not true, but it is a theory, Guna theory. Okay, based on caste. Next, occupational theory. I don't know. Occupational theory means see, occupation and the caste layer matters most. Why? How this caste first of all emerged? Do you have any idea? How did the Brahmins occupy the top layer? How did the Shudra went to the bottom layer? Do you have any idea? Not because of anything else, because of occupation. Okay. Okay. Over a period of time, Brahmins they fixed that occupation to themselves. Doing pujas, studying these Puranas and all, they fixed that occupation to themselves and it became hereditary. Okay? And by the course of time, it became their occupation. And Sudras, unfortunately, they were pushed downwards, forcibly, not liking, forcibly they pushed downwards and they fixed them to that strata only. Okay? That thing has happened. So, while discussing reservation, while discussing benefits and all, we should keep all these things in mind. We should not actually go and fight that, remove reservation. Reservation should be removed, I don't know. Okay, you should not take personally. Generally, I am asking whether reservation should be removed. This is a discussion matter. Okay, so generally speaking, reservation should not be removed, but some changes can be done based on the improvement of the population. Because it is not today's phenomenon. It is an historical phenomenon, not today's phenomenon. Okay. The next thing is caste among non-Hindus. Okay, we'll also discuss about caste among non-Hindus. Because we know that caste system in Hinduism, caste system is there. But what about non-Hindus, in Muslims, Christian and all, caste system is there? Huh? Caste among non-Hindus. Do you think that, in Hinduism caste system is there, we know that, but in Muslim community also certain caste system is there. Okay, they have many. Ahmad is there, Khan is there, Ismails are there. Okay, so they do have some kind of caste-like arrangements. Okay, we'll study in detail in class. And when it comes to Christian community, is also caste-like arrangement is there. Okay, they tell no. Most of the Christians, okay, from Kerala, I think first, okay, Christian. Okay, but majority of the Christians are converted. It seems. Okay, we'll get majority of the converted Christians. And nowadays, the lower, that means the SCSTs and some OBCs are getting converted into Christianity. So, see, the motive behind converting to Christianity is sometimes they will actually show monetary benefits and convert. Okay, sometimes volunteer conversion might be there. What will be the motive for conversion means to improve the social status. That's it. To improve social status, generally they will convert. But what happens means after conversion also within Christianity, they are not actually seen equal. Okay, because separate churches are there for converted low caste people. No, separate churches are there. It seems. So no equal status after conversion also. Okay, but many of the tribal communities, SC, STs, OBCs, they hide this conversion. Do you know why? Because they will not get government benefit. If they show I have converted to Christianity, some benefits they are getting from government, that also they will not get. So what they will do is they will hide the conversion generally. Okay, that will talk in detail. Okay, next, caste. Among 6 also some caste-like features are there. 6. These truck peoples are there. No, 6. Their legacy of this truck driving is high. Dabbawala, they are not this truck. They majorly occupied in truck 6. Among them also the caste-like arrangements are there. We'll talk in detail. Okay. In 6 we have no there are such a sauda. Don't know. There are such a sauda. Ram, that one person was actually in news. Very famous. No. There are such a sauda. Don't know. Okay, we will talk in detail. Namdaris are there, Namkaris are there, Namdaris are there. Okay, we will discuss in detail about that one. The next one, caste and politics, the relation between caste and politics. See, caste and politics very much related, you people know that. Okay. But we will not go in detail, we will go in class in detail. Because if you go in detail, it takes too much time. Caste and politics. Because they voting behavior, okay, caste and politics is very high. Next, the concept of dominant caste. See, when I talk about any caste, any community, anything, you should not take personally. Because this is a lecture. I am not actually inclined to any caste or anything. Just for discussion, we will be discussing, that's it. You should not take any extreme views. Okay, even if you tilt, it is not personally. Okay, just for discussion, we might have tilt. Don't take personally because I am not telling anything personally. Okay, dominant caste. See, the concept of dominant caste is very important. Okay, dominant caste. No, Umesh was the first person who actually studied about this dominant caste. Because he studied among poor communities. Among poor communities, this dominant caste he has studied. Umesh was. So Umesh saw that in poor communities, Vokkaliga caste was dominating. He was interested to study why this kind of domination was there. Okay. So dominant caste is one such study. Okay. Dominant caste, many places it is there. Not only in poor, many places, but he has taken that as one sample and he has studied. Okay. So dominant caste means they will dominate other minority caste. Okay, through education, through land grabbing. Land grabbing means land owning. Okay, so that we'll discuss in detail. And questions have come in examination. Majorly, they will be land owning caste. Dominant caste means land owning caste. It will be. Okay, do you think that land matters or not? Well, it matters the most. Okay, see, many people will tell no. Through employment we will change our. Is it possible only through employment? One article has come, you might have actually studied in Hindu. One article came, editorial section. I was studying, one article they have done. In the article, they clearly mentioned that only employment will not change the complete family or generational status of that family. Only employment will not change. This land will change. Land grabbing. Okay. So where there is actually complete discussion about what kind of share of land is there for rich and poor, for forward and backward caste, the land division. Who will discuss, man? I have not listened often. Have they discussed the distribution of land among poor and rich, among low caste, high caste? They are not discussed very frequently. Maybe vested interest might be actually there. Okay. Only they will discuss about employment. Only that one. But employment will not actually change generational inequality. Okay. Dominant caste. The next. Untouchability. No need to tell too much, Untouchability. Nothing but boycotting a targeted group. That is what is known as untouchability. We will study about Atrocities Act and all we will study. Untouchability. Okay. The next one. Social class. Okay. Matters too much in Western countries. Social class. Based on economy, based on their income level, based on their lifestyle, based on their what? Based on lifestyle, income, social standing. That means economy factor is there in social class. But in caste, no economy. In India, example, caste no economy, but in class, economic criteria, lifestyle, okay, the higher education level, that matters. Social status. Next one, status group. Next concept, status group. Status group. Next, we'll discuss about race and ethnicity. The topics I am telling, that's it. Race and ethnicity. In detail, we'll discuss in class. Just note down now, because it is syllabus discussion. Okay. Race and ethnicity. Status group. Have you written previously? Status group. Then the next is the concept of poverty. The concept of poverty. Okay. So status group I have told no. So what is status group? The meaning only tell no. Status. What is status? It is nothing but social honor. Social honor. Okay. See, people group themselves based on the social honor. I am an actually high court lawyer. Okay, a permanent high court lawyer. So lawyers, they will see similar social status and they will group. Okay, I am a university professor. Let us take an example. I am a university professor. Okay, I will see my own income level. I will see my own status level, and I will actually form my own status role, and I will actually group friends according to that one. Are you not getting what is status group? Based on status, people will group. Okay, might be different profession, but salary will be same. The work nature will be same. Okay. Best example, DOSP friend with university professor. Social status same, no. Okay. That is what is known as social status. Similar status situation is known as similar social situation. And this social status group, no, they will actually prohibit the entry of some other persons into their social status. Clubs will be there, no, their own clubs will be there based on social status. Are you getting what I am telling? Social status people, they will group similar income type, similar profession type, okay, similar social standing type, they will group, they will make friends, family friends they will make. Not caste, it is based on money status. They will group, it might be different caste, no matter. And they will not allow other status people to enter easily into their group. Okay? They will not allow clerk group to enter into their group. And clerk people will not allow other people to enter into their group. Okay? Because thinking differs, no, generally speaking. Their thinking dimension will be different, their dimension will be not high or low, dimensions will be different. Okay? So this is what is known as status group. The next is poverty, I told. See, poverty. Why will poverty will come? First of all, what is poverty? Poverty is nothing but whenever the material needs of the citizen, individual citizen, is least satisfied. That is known as poverty. Whenever the material needs of the person is least satisfied, That is known as poverty. Okay. See, in poverty we have many types of poverty. We have absolute poverty, we have relative poverty, we have human poverty, then we have income poverty, structural poverty. Okay. Absolute poverty is nothing but whenever the minimum subsistence level is not maintained, that is known as absolute poverty. Are you getting what I am telling? Words are difficult for you people, because first time you are reading this kind of words. Not difficult, no? Okay. Absolute poverty means whenever minimum subsistence level is not maintained, that is known as absolute poverty. Relative poverty, we know how poor I am as compared to my neighbor. That is known as relative poverty because it is relative. I am comparing myself with my friend, I am comparing myself with my colleague, I am comparing myself with my neighbor. Okay? If the neighbor is poorer than me, I will feel myself rich. Okay? If the neighbor is richer than me, I will feel myself poor. Relative poverty. I am not having a Mercedes car, he is having a Mercedes car, I am having Santro car, then I will feel that, oh, he is rich. And the person who is not having anything, I will not see him. Are you getting? If he is in Bagal ke mirror, that means he is in my neighbor, I will see him. Then I will feel myself rich. Okay? It is relative. Comparing. The third is human poverty. See, human poverty is nothing but whenever the person is unable to get health, education, okay, that is known as human poverty. Nutrition level, if he is not getting nutrition level, he is not getting literacy, that is known as human poverty. Income poverty, we know, whenever the income is very low. Structural poverty, see, structural poverty is because of macroeconomic factor, not micro. It is because of macroeconomic factor. Structural poverty, individual cannot do there anything. Okay, sir, what are those macroeconomic factor? Means, whenever the population is very high in one city or one country, the country will be poor only. Majority of the people in India are poor not because of anything else, because of structural poverty, because of population. Whenever there is high population, resource will be less, so definitely many people will go into poverty. In India is the best example. Okay, population explosion is one example of macroeconomic factor in structural poverty. Okay, we can also tell the production level. Whenever the production level falls, that is also an example of structural poverty. Production level falls means, see, after green revolution only we got this food grains, plenty of food grains, wheat, rice, success now, wheat and rice. Other food grains did not come that much success, but wheat and rice is a huge success because of green revolution. Before green revolution it all happened in India 1965. Before 1960, green revolution was not there. Okay, that time people suffered like anything because of production of food. At that time also this poverty might come because food, high level of production only not there. What will poor do? Okay, very minimal they will get. Okay, rich people, whatever resources are there, much things will get to rich people, and it will shrink slowly to poor people. True, no? Even money also. How much you pour at the top, it will come. It is like mesh. Jalre we will tell, no? It is like mesh. Okay, how much money we will pour at the top? Rich people. Rich means the people who are ruling, rich and all. Slowly it will come to poor people. Okay. So if the production only is very less, pouring only is very less, poor people will not get too much little. Okay. So example of structural poverty. Next. Okay, that completes. The next is social exclusion. The concept of social exclusion, very important. In examination they have asked social exclusion. What is social exclusion? Tell me. See, many times we have seen that. See, this kind of concept should be actually understood in very interesting manner. You should understand, because generally they will not speak about this in society. Generally they will not speak. Social exclusion is nothing but an example I will give. A person, if he is very much hardworking, if he is very much intelligent also, he might not crack difficult exams like going into abroad, cracking some difficult exams. He might not crack. But today that situation is different. But I am telling 20-30 years back in India, you take an example. If that person is very much intelligent and very much hardworking also, if the chance is only not there, how we will go? That is what is known as social exclusion. A group of people excluding other group of people through these means like education, okay, like positive life chances. If you actually not give this kind of facility only, intelligence होने का क्या फायदा? Okay, that means what is the use of being intelligent when there is no way only? But today it's not the situation. If you have talent today, you will get up. But I am talking 30, 40 years back India. Okay, there also it was there, but not too much as today. Okay, that is what is known as social exclusion. How one group is excluding other groups from positive life chances. Example you give, let me see. Already I told this. Through interest you have to think this, because it's not that easy what you are thinking. Social exclusion. Please give me one example so that I will understand that you have understood. One example I gave, a person who is having talent, if the means are not there, he cannot come up. Other examples? Social exclusion. I'll tell you an example, listen. You take any country, whether it is India, whether it is USA, whether it is Russia, any country you take, in all the countries, general phenomenon, do you know what? The people who are known as elites means the so-called rich people. Their children will settle somehow into the same strata. Are you not getting? And the persons from very poor background, it is very less chance that we will emerge to the top. In 1 in 1,000 might go, like our Yash, 1 in 1,000 might go up. But the percentage of people going up, very negligible. Okay? But in TV they will show only those persons. No, then we will have a false conception that everybody is growing. Not everybody is growing. Very minimal to minimal are growing. To that level I am asking. Okay? Generally they will grow, but to that level, are you not getting? So rich people, that means elite, not even rich. Elites are more than rich. Elite peoples, their children have more tendency to actually success. More tendency, because their background will be like that, their context will be like that, their children's schooling will be like that, habits will be like that. Okay? And the poor peoples, unfortunately, however they try, it is very difficult to go to that level. They can improve, but so this is what is known as what? Excluding people from life chances, excluding people from positive life chances. One group dominating other group through this means. Education is one mean.
So why is rich people become more rich?
Why rich people? Vested interest will be there, no? Vested interest. See here, vested interest is there. See the people who are actually employed to manage poor, no, they also have vested interest. What to be done? Vested interest means self-interest there. They have their own some interest. Who knows, man? They might have actually offered monetary benefits. Who knows? Okay? Self-interest. Because of self-interest, all these are happening. Okay? Somewhere I have actually read in some article or in some paper or some material, not in paper. I have read that the peoples who are actually responsible, who are made responsible to uplift poor, they are only not having that kind of interest to uplift, because self-interest is operating. What kind of self-interest, you only should know. Okay, so this is a big hindrance for the development of poor people. Self-interest. And see, why will the so-called rich class, why will they compromise? That is the reason today reservations are there. That is the reason protective discriminations are there. Okay, government is there. That is the reason government is there. Okay, government will see that too much exploitation should not happen. That is the reason they will give reservation. That is the reason they will give. They will formulate all policies for poor people, because exploitation should not happen. No. See, in social exclusion, we can also take examples of aged people. Aged people, they don't listen properly for aged people above 70. Okay, they will be demanding something. His own son or daughter will not be listening. Social exclusion. Physically handicapped people. Okay, mentally retarded people. Okay, mentally challenged, we can call it as mentally challenged people. Okay, people. So they are all comes under social exclusion. The next, child labor. Next concept what we study is child labor. Child labor. See, child labor is a big headache. Nowadays, it has become very less. I'm sorry, don't write child labor, it comes under some other unit. I have missed the paper here, don't write child labor. I was just, some other paper came into this, so don't write child labor, it is mobility, social mobility. Social mobility is the next topic which we will discuss. Very important. Social mobility. What is social mobility in idea? You people are having? Mobility, movement. So social mobility means upward mobility or downward mobility. It is called as vertical mobility. Types are there in social mobility. Okay, social mobility, movement of people from one strata to another strata is known as social mobility. It might be upward movement or it might be downward movement. If they go up, it is called as vertical mobility, and if it comes down, then it is called as downward mobility. And a society might be having two kinds: open mobility and closed mobility, social mobility. See, no societies will be having extreme open or no societies will be having extreme closed mobility. If it is having, that society will not survive only. Okay, some kind of overlapping will be there. Okay, open mobility means there is way for improvement. Closed mobility means there is no way for improvement only. I don't know, a talented person, if he is not able to go up, it is closed. If he is able to go up easily, it is open. Okay, so upward mobility, one example we can give. A P1, a government P1 employee will be there, no? His son making into civil service is a upward mobility. Too much upward mobility. Okay? A P1 son making into civil service. Vertical mobility, because it's going up. Coming down is downwards. But when it comes to horizontal mobility, we can give one example of horizontal mobility. A person working in, that means group C or D level of employment. If he is working in some port, in some taluks, if he is working in some port or district, suddenly he get transferred into district courts. That is horizontal mobility. Salary will be increased, his perks will be increased, but social standing will not be too much changed. That is horizontal mobility. Got an example? Okay. So the next is intergenerational mobility. Okay, intergeneration. Right out. First is vertical, second is horizontal, the third is intergenerational mobility. Intergenerational means one after another, one generation after another. Example, the best example, P1's son making into civil services, intergenerational, complete generation will improve. But it is generation wise. Okay, but intra-generation is also there, fourth type, INTRA, intra-generational mobility. Intra-generational mobility means it is not generation wise, within same generation it will improve. Example, brothers, I will give brothers example. Because in one house, 2-3 brothers are there, let us take an example. Not every brother will come up, no. Majority instance we have seen, one brother he will go up like anything in business, other brother will stay there only. One brother might actually become MP, and another brother nothing, he might be actually doing that. Okay, group D or group C employment only he might be doing. So, among brothers, one brother rising up is known as intra-generational. Others will be down only. Only one brother in one family got up. Whether he will help or not, we don't. Okay, the thing what I have. Intra-generational mobility. Okay, this completes the chapter. Major things we will discuss. See, many other minor things are there, but no need to discuss here. We will discuss in class that all. The next, which is the next one? Let us take economic sociology. Okay, be fast. Economic sociology. See, when it comes to economic sociology, we know that how the economy and work is related. That's what we talk in economic sociology. Okay, work and economy relation is there in economic sociology. Here we will actually talk about how the work is extracted in the society. Definitely, I am working. No, I am actually giving lecture for you people. That means I am doing some work. Okay, if I go to my home now by taking some cab, the cab wala is doing his own duty. He is doing his work. So work is extracted in one form or the other form. Through money, work is extracted. Through distribution and circulation of money, work is extracted from all the people, generally. Okay. So This work we will see from generations how the work was extracted. First, we will see how the work was extracted in slave societies. Then we will see how the work was extracted in feudal society. Then we will see how work is extracted today. Okay. First is slave society, feudal society, and the third is industrial society. These three society we will see. In first one, there was a relation between a slave and master. Slave and master. This relation was there. Master was controlling slave. Okay. For the production of food in farming and all, they were actually buying slave. They were not employing her, they were buying her, because slave was considered as property of that master. They used to fix this amount. They used to buy from the like market, like some fruits we will buy, like that they were buying these slaves and they were employing in work, farming, agricultural work, all. Okay, very exploitative kind of thing. And he was having total control. This master was having total control over slave. Okay, this relation completely we will study in class. Slaves kind of society. How work was extracted from slave by master. Okay. Then came feudal society. In feudal society, okay, in feudal society, what happened means this slave was replaced by serf. Okay, write down SCRF. Serfs, and masters were replaced by nobles. Nobles used to extract work by serfs, not in that brutal manner as slave. Example, medieval England, India till 20th century. Example of this one. Medieval England, this kind of practice was there. And in India also this kind of practice was there, but only till 20th century. Examples of feudal, we can take examples like ancient Greece. Ancient Greece, example of feudal. Example of slave. Ancient Greece. Okay, and industrial society. See, in industrial society, what has happened means people do not produce for personal consumption. People produce for market use. Okay, I am doing production because of market use, not for my home use. Okay, that is there in industrial society. You take example of anything. You take example of a bottle manufacturer, this water bottle manufacturer. I am not manufacturing water bottle to my own use. I am manufacturing in bulk, in lakhs. Okay, in 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs bottles I am manufacturing in complete India and abroad. I am actually circulating because I want money. Money matters here. Okay, to earn money, people will produce things not for personal consumption, because for market, to sell and buy, to sell and earn money, not to buy, to sell and earn money. Okay, that thing is there. And here, there is use of money here through employment. People are not actually some kind of slave, some kind of serfs. Okay, no domination is there in industrial society. There are contracts. We have contracts. Okay, 9 to 5 job, 10 to 5 job. After 5, the employer has no right to ask anything. Okay, apart from his personal life. Okay, only contract is there. Up to this time I will work, this kind of service I will give. Beyond this service I will not give other kind of service. This is there in industrial society. Money matters. Here employment, wage employment is there. And people work for earning money. Because people will do different kind of activity in industrial society. Not everybody will not do same kind of activity. In villages it was there. Okay, in villages everybody used to do the same kind of activity. Okay, husband used to go do farming, wife used to stay in home, look into children's, cook food, same kind of activity. Washing cloth also she only do washing cloth. Child singing she only will do, and this cooking activity she will do. But today, dry cleaning, this laundry is there, no? Cooking, laundry, specialized agencies are there. Babysitting is something is there, no? Today to see babysitting. So in cities the work is actually divided. People will do specialized work, only one work, two work they will do. Not every work. In village, every work she will be doing. I am not getting what I am saying. One example I give. The next thing you write, formal and informal organization of work. This is first point. These are first content. Second content, formal and informal organization of work. Will not go in detail. Formal and informal organization of work. You know, no, formal and informal. Formal means there will be contract. Informal means there will not be contract. Informal means industries are there, no? Small tailoring industry, not industry, tailoring shops, home businesses. In home businesses, this carpet making and all, no formal contracts are there. So informal sector. This is formal sector. In formal sector, salary will be there, rules and regulations will be there. But in informal sector, such kind of protective things will not be there. We don't know when the employment will go in informal sector. But in formal sector, certain agreements will be there. So that protection will be there. Okay. In detail in class. Please write down next point. Agricultural labor. We'll classify agricultural laborers like landless labor, cultivators. Like that we'll classify. Agricultural laborers. Then we have concept of bonded labor. Bonded labor. Okay, no need to go in detail, in class we'll go. The next, child labor. Here it comes. Mistakenly I have written in the previous line, no? I corrected it. Child labor. Here it comes. Child labor is a big headache. Nowadays it is reducing, but also today also it is a big headache. So child labor, to whom child labor is called below 14 years of age, if the child is working, he or she is known as child labor. So maximum child labor is there in agricultural sector. Almost 80% of the child labor are there in agricultural sector. Okay. Apart from agricultural sector, the next sector which dominates child labor is manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector, like matchbox are there, no? The bangles, okay, all that child labors are very high. Carpet making, child labor. The second sector, and the third sector is service sector. Okay, a bit less in service sector. And what are the causes of child labor? First cause is definitely money. Poverty is the big cause of child labor. They are pushed into employment. Okay, family business, household hotels will be there, household shops will be there. It's also a big cause. Okay, instead of going to school, they will tell, come on, earn here only. Poor people, okay, who are too much poor, they do this one. They should not do, because education will not be there. No, if formal education is there, this kind of child labor will reduce. That is the reason Anganwadis are all there. No, they will give midday meals and all to attract people, not to work. Instead, come to school. Government is taking proactive step. Then child abuse, a big headache. Child abuse, mainly this. I have done this. Child abuse. What will happen now? Mainly this girl child abuse things will happen. In home now, what will happen is somebody might have actually exploited the female child, and to hide this fact, they will go and sell that female child to far away cities in some garments or in some factory. Okay, and at last they will actually marry that girl child to some age-old man. Okay, this is also a big headache, child abuse. Okay, the next thing, green revolution. Next topic, green revolution. Green revolution. Okay. Next, Jajmani system. Jajmani system, very important, very nice concept. Jajmani. Shall I write here? J-A-Z. M-A-N-I. Jajmani. Jajmani system. In Jajmani system, no, we have Jajmans and Kamins. Kamins are the person who render service. Jajmans are the persons who take service. Jajmani system. Okay. In India, it was there. We know, no, in villages, it's very much popular. This Jajmani kind of system. Jajmans are nothing but the wealthy families. The wealthy families, how they extract work from the poor family. Poor family might come and do some kind of dhobis. Do you know dhobis? They might come and do that is a cloth cleaning activity. Rich families. So rich family in return, they might actually help them. Not today's equation. I am talking about village equation. Not today. 30-40 years old equation. I am talking village side. Okay. Jajman system was there. Okay. Thakur families and all. You can see Jajman system. Jajmans were the persons who used to actually get service from the Kamins. Kamins are the persons who work. In return of the work, judgment, it was not exploitative. Do you think that it was exploitative like today? It was not exploitative because judgments used to look over comments. They used to actually give many free things. It might be free seeds. Okay, they might actually give free land for certain period of time so that the Kamins can grow their crop into their land. Okay, so it was not too much exploitative. We'll discuss detail in class. Many other topics are there, not to actually mention here. We'll discuss in detail in class, but here just mention to it. Okay, these are the important topics. The next one, political sociology. Political sociology. Next unit, political sociology. I am not actually telling each and every point what is there in syllabus, just to increase your interest and telling some points, that's it. Because these are introductory class, not complete class, okay? So, if some topics are missing, do not worry, in class we will cover. Here just we are mentioning some important concept to increase your interest in the class, that's it. Next, political sociology, the first concept what we talk is power. What is power? Do you know any idea? What is power? Power is nothing but exercise of certain actions beyond others' will. Are you not getting? Even if others are not liking it, I am exercising that action on others. That is known as power. Unwillingly, that person's unwillingness also I am exercising that power. Raja, Maharaja, they used to exercise power, no? But today it's not possible, okay? See, definitely government will exercise power, but that is legitimized power, not complete power, okay? So power. The next comes the concept of authority. Authority, today authority is there, no? Government authority is there. Okay? It is nothing but, authority is nothing but legitimate power is known as authority. Different types of authority is there. In examination, they have asked this question, authority. Okay. So in detail we will discuss in class. Just 1 minute. Okay. After authority, we will talk about elites. We'll talk about elites. We'll talk about elite theories. Already you people know what are elites. We'll talk about elites, different kind of theories given by many big sociologists regarding elites. Karl Marx has given his own theory. Okay, so all those theories we'll study. When it comes to elites, generally speaking, we have political elites. Then we have business elites. Then we have social elites. Political elites we know, no? In see, till 70 years Congress dominated political elites. Okay, the people who are actually wielding political power, political elites. Then we talk about business elites. Okay, we know in business who are the people who are there in business from age old, not today. Today you don't tell Reliance at all, but I am talking about age old. Jains, community wise I am talking. Jains, Chettiyars, Vaishyas, all they are considered as business elites. And when it comes to social elites, the film personality. Hrithik Roshan, generally example. Okay, film personality, successful, not everybody, successful film, Shah Rukh Khan, a successful film personality. Even press persons, successful press persons, bureaucrats, top layer bureaucrats, not bottom, top layer bureaucrats. They can be considered as social elites. Okay. The next one, political parties. Next topic. Political parties. In India, we know that INC will discuss about political parties. Their base, social base, we will discuss. We will discuss about Indian National Congress. We will discuss about Bharatiya Janata Party. We will discuss about Communist Party. We will also discuss about Bahujan Samaj Party. Okay, major parties we will discuss. Then the concept of ideology. We'll discuss the concept of ideology. Do you think that ideology is actually reducing today in political party, or it is increasing? It is reducing. Why it is reducing? We'll discuss in class. Okay? Ideology, very important. See, there are two meanings of ideology. Today, ideology means they will actually talk about social and political action today. But generally speaking, ideology means challenging the stereotypes. Ideology. Okay? Challenging the present situation is known as ideology, based on his own ideals. Are you getting? It is a true meaning. Challenging the prejudice and bringing social reforms is known as ideology. But today's meaning of ideology has changed. Today, it is nothing but actions that are taken by government. Are you getting? Today, social and political actions are known as ideology. We will discuss in detail that in class. The next, interest and pressure groups. We will discuss this. Very important. Pressure groups, interest groups and all questions have appeared in examination. Pressure groups and interest groups. Creating pressures. Interest group. Promoting interest of certain groups are known as interest groups, pressure groups. Arvind Kejriwal's group is Parivartan. His pressure group name was Parivartan. Civil society, we can call it as civil society also. Pressure group, Parivartan, Arvind Kejriwal. And then we have Ela Bhatt. Do you know Ela Bhatt? Okay. She is also very famous for pressure groups. Write down. Parivartan of Arvind Kejriwal, Seva, S-E-W-A, Seva of Ela Bhatt, E-L-A, Ela Bhatt. All these are examples. Then when it comes to pressure groups and interest groups, we have farmers organization. Example. Trade unions. It's also an example. Chamber of Commerce. Medical associations. ABBP, student wing is there, no? ABBP, it's also an example. Akhila Bharat, some Vidyarthi Parishad, no? ABBP. Okay. Some examples I have got. Okay. Next topic, protest. We will also discuss about the concept of protest. Why protest will happen, different kinds of protest. Okay, all these things we will discuss. The next we will discuss about civil society. Next topic, civil society. In civil society, what is civil society? Apart from state and market, civil society is nothing but it is apart from state and market. State means what? The government is called a state. Market means what? We don't know regulation of markets and all. Market means market. Private walas, public walas means state. Whenever public comes, state will come. State means government. It is also called as nation-state concept. Have you studied in polity? Indian polity, nation-state concept. So nation is nothing but what is nation? Boundary type of thing. Okay, we will consider no India is one nation. So that is boundary kind of thing. Nation. State means governing body. State. Okay, the state did not support this community. They will tell in news channels that state means governing body. Nation means a boundary kind of thing. Nation state. Okay. Here we talk about civil society, which is apart from state and market. Apart from private and public organizations, civil societies comes for the help for people. To help people, civil societies have emerged. Sir, examples are, you write down example, NGO. NGOs are best example of civil society. Trade unions are best example. Self-help group are best example of civil society. Self-help group, grassroots organizations, all these comes under civil society. Okay. Then we talk about the next topic. We talk about the concept of nation state. In detail, we will talk about nation state. Okay. Then we will talk about the concept of regionalism. Regionalism. What is regionalism? Any idea people are having? Regionalism. Intense love towards their own religion. I'm sorry, not religion, region. Getting? Example you can give? These political people are there, no? They get selected from some local areas. They want to promote their own area. Are you not getting what I am telling you? MLA, if he is MLA, he want to promote MP or MLA, he want to promote their own at the expense of other area. He want to promote their own area. Okay, that is regionalism. Intense love towards their own region. Okay, regionalism. In detail, we will discuss. Next, democracy. Last concept, democracy. Okay, working of democracy in India, democracy. Okay, all these things we will discuss in detail. Okay. So, last two topics which I want to actually discuss just in 10 minutes are religion and marriage. Two slots are there. Social movements and demography we will not discuss because they are actually dynamic. Okay, no need to actually discuss here. In class we will discuss in detail. No need to discuss in detail class all those things. Only two things are remaining that we will discuss in 10 minutes. They are, write down, religion and marriage. First one, religion. New slot, religion. In religion, we will discuss different perspective. Write down fast. Different perspective of religion we will discuss. Different perspective. Okay, like animism, comma, animatism, comma. Write down. Animism. I'll write A-N-I. Animism. Animism. Animatism. A-N. Animatism. You got? Animism, animatism. I'll tell what is that. Next, naturalism, nature, naturalism, functional perspective, Marxist perspective, etc. Functional perspective, Marxist perspective, etc. Okay. See, nothing but religion, the worship of spirit, soul. They will tell you, no, Atma, soul, and all. Okay, the worship of a spirit is known as animism. The worship of animals, plants, trees, stones. Stone worship is there, no? Stone worship is there. Plant worship is there, no? They will tulsi plant something. They will worship, no? So they will worship animals also. Tortoise, they will worship. So this kind of worship, belief in worship of this kind is known as animatism. Animism is worship of spirit, souls, atma, and all. They will tell you. You might have actually seen whenever the person dies, something feels like going out of that person. That is what is known as soul. Are you not getting? So we will discuss in class detail. Just you know that worship of soul is known as, spirit is known as animism. Worship of these things are known as animatism. The third is naturalism, is worship of natural phenomena. Because man was actually afraid of those things. That is the reason he will worship. Why will he worship? Means yesterday I have given that example. Why he will worship better. Today, because of the paucity of the time, we cannot go in detail. Okay, I just tell surface. That means worship. Why people will actually believe in religion is because of fear. Fear of certain phenomena. That is the reason he will worship. The third thing what I have told is naturalism. Because of natural phenomena, fear of natural phenomena, person, that means man, started worshipping those phenomena so that he do not want that phenomena to occur in his life. The same is true with this one, but no time to explain all these things. In class I will explain. Just listen this one. Naturalism. Indra is there, no? God Indra. Why will they worship Indra? Indra means thunder. Man was actually primitive man, no? He was not having scientific knowledge and all. He was actually afraid of thunder. So he started worshipping thunder in the name of Indira. Indra Devaru. Indira Deva. They will tell you. No. So next, Varuna. Varuna means rain god. Then Maruti. Maruta. Wind god. Surya. Sun god. Okay. Because man was actually feared of that natural phenomena, he do not want them to harm him. So he started worshipping them. Please do not harm us. Okay. So the next is functional perspective, and the next is Marxist perspective. We will discuss in detail in class. No need to worry now. Next, you write religious organization. Next topic, religious organizations. Religious organizations. Okay. Example: church, sect, church, sect, S-E-C-T, sect. Cult, C-U-L-T, cult. Fourth one, denomination. church, sect, cult, denomination. Religious organization. Church, we know, no? Church, we can equate in Indian context. See, church is a foreign context, Western context. More or less we can equate to Indian context like Udupi Mutt is there, no? Not 100% church. Just we can equate that. Udupi Mutt, then Kanchi Mutt is there in Tamil Nadu. Kanchi Mutt, we can equate. Then sect. Sect is there, no? Basavanna, did no? Sect, cult, denomination. Okay, it is a deeper concept we will discuss in class. The next, religious practitioners. Religious practitioners. We have in Indian context, we have no pujaris and all, they are religious practitioners. Okay, formally speaking, Samans. S-H-A-M-A-N, Saman. Saman is one religious practitioner, part-time religious practitioner. Samans are called as. Second one, sorcerers and witches. I'll write here. S-O-R-C-E-R-R-S. Sorcerers and witches. W-I-T-C-H. Witches. Okay. See, Samans are religio practitioners. They are somewhat healers. But sorcerers and witches are, they can't harm to the society. Okay, in Kannada, if I tell you, do you know Gidbud Kyas and all? You know, no? Gidbud Kyas, Smata Mantra Madaru, something they will tell, no? The people who do some kind of, negative pujas they will do, no? That means not puja, negative things they will do. They will prepare some toys and all. Witches, okay? So they are known as sorcerers and witches. People hate them. But Samans, they are not like that. Okay, Samans will do positive things. But these witches and sorcerers will do harm to the society. They are hated by people. Okay. The third is mediums. Mediums are nothing but the female practitioners. Female practitioners are known as medium. Third, medium. M-E-D-I-U-M. Medium. Okay. And the fourth is known as priest. We know priest. Priests are looked at high esteem in society. Priest. Fourth one, priest. Written. Next topic, religious pluralism, very important. Religious pluralism. Religious pluralism, that means no single religion will dominate in the society. That is known as religious pluralism. Are you reading what I am telling you? No single religion dominates. Okay, in detail in class. Next topic is religious revivalism. Religious revivalism. Okay, I'll tell why this revivalism is there. See, nowadays what has happened is because of westernization and because of secularization, the religious practices the younger generation are not following. This is common, no? This is common. Okay. Do you think that today you people are sitting and reading Vedas? Are you reading Vedas? Or are you reading some slokas and all in your home? Okay. Because people they are busy with their own, children are busy with their own educational studies. So these practices are lessening. So certain group of people, they feel anger and they want to revive their religion. Okay, they want to go back to their sacred practices, religious practices. They want their children to follow their religion. They do not want their children to forget their religion completely. That is the reason religious revivalism has come. Okay, in detail in class. Okay, next one, religious fundamentalism. Religious fundamentalism. See, religious fundamentalism is intense love towards their own religion, hating other religion. Okay, religious fundamentalism. Okay, we know no Islamic fundamentalism group have emerged. Okay, even in Christianity, the Christian fundamentalism is there. Even in Hindus, fundamentalism is there, but not to that extent. Even in Hindu fundamentalism is there. Okay, so in detail we will discuss in the class. Then we'll also discuss about religious communities in India. Religious communities. Which are the religious communities in India? We have Hindus, we have Muslims, we have Sikhs, we have Christians. Okay, we have Jains, we have Parsis. Okay, Zoroastrians. We'll call it as no. Okay, those things we'll discuss. Then we'll also discuss about problems of religious minorities in India, right? Problems of religious minorities. And at last we'll discuss about written problems of religious minorities. Problems of religious minorities in India. Okay? And at last we'll discuss about the concept of communalism. Okay, these concepts we'll discuss in this chapter. Communalism. Okay? Written? This completes the unit. And the last unit which we'll discuss now is about marriage. Okay? See, when it comes to marriage, we have different kinds of marriage. See, marriage will not happen same manner as it happens in Hinduism, as it happens in Muslim community, as in Christian. Everybody will do same kind of marriage. They have different styles now. So we will see the features of Hindu marriage. Then we will study the features of marriage in Muslim. Then we will see the features of marriage in tribal communities. Because in tribal, marriage is different. It is not like mainstream society. Okay, marriage style is different in tribal. How the property is going, different. In tribal people, woman is having a special importance. Daughter is having a special importance. Okay, so we'll look in detail. Marriage among tribal communities also. Okay, the next concept is diverse. Okay, very important concept, diverse. We'll see how diverse will happen in Hindus. What is the rules for diverse in Hindus? What is the rules for diverse in different communities like Sikhs, Buddhism, Jains? Okay, we'll see what is the criteria for diverse. But the very problematic factor in diversity is that today, as in Western countries, in India also diverse rate is increasing. We'll see why the diverse rate is increasing in India. Any guess why it is increasing? I don't know. What? Communication? What?
Like mutual understanding and knowledge.
Non-mutual understanding. You should tell Akka fact. Why diverse rate is increasing in India? Because of independence now. Okay, women are competing. Okay, they don't want to actually tolerate all the. Okay, it was nasty thing in the older days. Okay, this husband used to drink and come and beat. Today nobody will tolerate. Okay, they will actually wapas ulta they will beat and they will go. Okay, so why diverse rate is increasing is today nuclear families are emerging. Olden days what was happening means extended families were there, joint families were there. And there will be tensions among boys and girls. That means married boy, a new boy, married new girl. Between them, tensions will be there. And the tensions both cannot control. If they are highly matured enough, they can control. If they are, see, who will be too much highly matured? Not everybody will be. Okay. So, in joint family, what used to happen means relatives will be there. The relatives means the family relative. Relatives will be there. Elders will be there. They used to actually bring down the tension between girl and boy. Newly married girl and boy. But today what is happening is nuclear family, they want to stay alone. Initially they will feel that we can manage everything and they will come to cities and they will stay only husband and wife. Okay? If child is there, child. Okay. No parents, nobody else. And what will happen? Not every situation will be same. Bad situation will also come because we are humans, things will change. 80,000 thoughts will come it seems, per day for a man or woman. Okay, so thinkings will change, it will not be static. So some kind of spark will come and both will quarrel. Okay, this kind of domestic violence has increased. Okay, so divorce rate has increased. And even there is employment opportunity for women. Okay, in previous days in India, women were helplessness. They are not having employment. Whatever this guy will do, they have to tolerate. But today is not the situation. If he does something wrong, she will tell, come on, divorce. Okay, so divorce rate is picking up. Even they are not having family cushion because they are living in nuclear family. They want to stay only husband, wife and children. Parents are not there to tell some kind of guidance. These are all problem. So divorce rate is increasing in India. In detail we will discuss in class. Next, family. The concept of family we will discuss. Different types of families we will discuss. Joint family, extended family, nuclear family. Okay, these types of family we will discuss. Then we will also discuss about is there is a fit between nuclear family and globalization. Is there is a fit between nuclear family and globalization? We will discuss in detail. Do you think there is a fit? Nuclear family means what? Husband, wife and children, that's it. Is there a fit between them? We can think, no? If older people are there, if many people are there in the family cannot concentrate completely on the children's, they cannot concentrate completely on the work. That is the reason nuclear family is there. One such explanation we can give. Okay? That's a discussion what we will do. Whether there is a clear-cut fit between nuclear family and globalization. Whether globalization demands to be family to be nuclear, they don't encourage joint family. Because if you come to cities, here rent are high, no? If joint family is the bigger house you have to take. Not everybody will be working. Only husband and wife will be working. And you have to look over 7-8 people. So globalization will actually discourage joint family. Okay, that is a discussion we'll do. Okay, for and against both will do. Then we will talk about kinship. The concept of kinship. Then we will talk about the concept of patriarchy. Okay, how the women are suppressed by male-dominated society, patriarchy. Okay, then we will talk about sexual division of labor. Sexual division of labor, the meaning, can you guess any meaning of that sentence? Sexual division of labor. See, there are many theories, biological arguments are there, many theories are there. Sexual division of labor. They say that what?
So the women have to do some home chores and
They will give arguments for that one. They will tell women have that kind of nature woman is having, so that she can do looking over child and all. Woman is comfortable as compared to men. Okay, that argument is there. Okay, men are a bit harder, so that they go out and work. Okay, these arguments are there. So how the work is divided between men and women based on the gender, based on the capacity, that we will discuss. Okay, many theories, not one theory, many theories are there. We'll discuss that. Sexual division of labor. And then the concept of entitlement. The concept of entitlement. Entitlement. The concept of entitlement. Okay, these are the concepts. The concept of entitlement. Entitlement means how the property is going to be transferred from one to other in one family. Okay, how the family will be transferred from fathers, if father is having certain property, how that property is divided between son and daughter in the family. Okay, whether that father's property was his own, swayarjita they will tell, no, his own property, or whether it has come from his father. Okay, how the property should go through the line. Okay, that is what is known as entitlement. Whether after divorce, what kind of benefit should go to wife after divorce, all these are entitlements. Okay, that we will discuss in detail. Okay, this completes the marriage slot. Okay, major slot we have discussed. Other two minor slots are there. No need discussion. Which are those? Social movements, demography. Generally, I will tell what is there. In social movements, we have ethnic movements. We will discuss. We will discuss women's movement. Okay, Chipiko movement. Okay, environmental movements. Chipiko movement is there, no? Chipiko movement we will discuss. We will discuss about Naxalism. Okay, we will also discuss about Operation Blue Star, what has happened, Khalistan movement. Okay, so all this Harijan movement, backward caste movement. Okay, all these movements we will discuss in movements. Okay, no need to discuss here. In class we will discuss in detail. Just to mention, I have mentioned. And the last slot is demography. Okay, demography is an applied concept. We will discuss that. Infant mortality rate. Okay, mortality rate, female mortality rate. Aging, the problem of aged people, what are their problems? Okay, all this dynamic concept. Okay, current events oriented topic. Okay, dynamic concept is there in the last slot, slot number 12. That also we will discuss in detail in class, but not now. Okay, it was just an introductory class. I have mentioned each and every important topic what should be discussed in the class now. Okay, beyond this topic also we'll discuss many topics. Because of paucity of the time, I could not actually mention those topics now. Okay, that's it guys. This completes the introductory class, and from tomorrow we'll start concept class. Okay, thanks.